Some criminals rely on brute force, while others turn to clever disguises or elaborate heists. But then there's Stephen J. Russell, a man whose weapon of choice was his intellect, his ability to manipulate systems, and an uncanny knack for escaping high-security prisons. Russell's life reads like the plot of a dark comedy, blending high-stakes deception with moments of absurdity. This is the story of how a con artist outwitted law enforcement multiple times, stealing millions and escaping prison not once, but 4 times. Stay tuned, because this tale of audacious escapes and relentless cunning will leave you questioning just how secure any system can truly be. Stephen J. Russell was born on September 14, 1957, in North Carolina. By all accounts, his early life was relatively unremarkable. He worked a series of ordinary jobs, from serving as a police officer to working in food services. But beneath his seemingly mundane exterior, Russell harbored a talent for deception. His life took a dramatic turn when he discovered his true orientation and began living as an openly gay man. This realization marked the beginning of a new chapter in his life, one filled with both love and a series of escalating crimes. Russell's life of crime began in earnest after meeting Philip Morris, a man who would become his romantic partner. Desperate to provide Philip with a lavish lifestyle, Russell turned to fraud. His schemes included stealing money from his employers and staging elaborate cons to maintain the illusion of wealth. But Russell's crimes didn't go unnoticed for long. In 1992, he was arrested for insurance fraud. This marked the beginning of his infamous career as a serial escape artist. While serving his first prison sentence in Texas, Russell pulled off a simple yet ingenious escape. He impersonated a prison guard, donning a uniform he had obtained and walking right out the front door. The sheer audacity of this escape set the tone for what was to come. Once free, Russell resumed his life of crime, orchestrating more scams to fund his lifestyle. But his freedom was short-lived, as he was soon recaptured. In 1993, while serving time for his new crimes, Russell hatched an even more elaborate plan. He faked a serious illness, claiming to have AIDS, and began forging medical documents to support his story. Using these false records, he managed to convince prison officials that he was gravely ill and should be transferred to a medical facility. From there, Russell forged documents to secure his early release, walking out of prison once again. His ability to manipulate official systems and play on human empathy demonstrated a chilling level of cunning. Russell's third escape might be his most audacious. After being recaptured, he decided to impersonate a lawyer. Using a phone and forged credentials, he posed as a legal representative, convincing prison officials that his bail had been approved. The con worked, and Russell walked free yet again. This escape showcased not only his intelligence, but also his profound understanding of human psychology. He knew exactly how to exploit the trust placed in authority figures. By now, Russell was a well-known figure within law enforcement circles. His fourth escape was his most elaborate yet. He once again claimed to have a terminal illness, forging documents to show he had died of complications from AIDS. The prison system, believing him dead, allowed his body to be released. However, when the truth surfaced, Russell was once again on the run. His ability to repeatedly outsmart the system earned him the nickname Houdini of the prison world. In 1998, Russell's streak of freedom finally came to an end. He was captured and sentenced to 144 years in prison, primarily due to his repeated escapes and financial crimes. Authorities were determined to ensure that this time, Russell would remain behind bars. His final imprisonment was marked by extreme security measures. He was placed in solitary confinement and monitored closely to prevent any further escape attempts. Russell's escapades weren't just thrilling tales of escape. They left a significant impact on his victims. His fraudulent activities caused substantial financial losses for businesses and individuals. Yet, his story also highlighted flaws in the prison and judicial systems, sparking discussions about security protocols and the vulnerability of human error. Stephen J. Russell's story is a testament to the power of intellect and charm. His ability to exploit loopholes, forge documents, and manipulate people showcased a mind that was both brilliant and dangerous. Yet his actions also reveal the darker side of human ingenuity, how intelligence, when combined with a lack of moral restraint, can wreak havoc on others' lives. Russell's story became the basis for the 2009 film I Love You, Philip Morris, starring Jim Carrey and Ewan McGregor. The film portrayed his life with a blend of humor and tragedy, capturing both his love for Philip and his relentless drive to escape. The public's fascination with Russell's story lies in its blend of criminal genius and human vulnerability. His crimes, while damaging, were often carried out with a level of creativity that bordered on the absurd, making him a figure of both infamy and intrigue. Stephen J. Russell's life is a chilling yet captivating tale of how far a person can go when driven by love, desperation, and an unmatched talent for deception. His story serves as a reminder of the vulnerabilities within even the most secure systems and the extraordinary lengths some will go to pursue freedom. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into one of the most fascinating criminal cases of our time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more true crime stories that uncover the darkest and most intriguing corners of human behavior. Disclaimer: this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. All information is based on publicly available sources. Stephen J. Russell's story is one of audacious criminal ingenuity, driven by an insatiable desire for freedom and an uncanny ability to manipulate systems and people. His life serves as a fascinating case study of the fine line between genius and criminality. From humble beginnings, Russell evolved into one of the most notorious con artists and escape artists in American history, leaving a trail of financial ruin, baffled authorities, and captivated onlookers. At the heart of Russell's escapades is a blend of intelligence, charm, and an almost theatrical flair for deception. His ability to outthink authorities, forge official documents, and impersonate professionals showcased a level of cunning rarely seen in the criminal world. Whether posing as a prison guard, a lawyer, or even faking his own death, Russell demonstrated time and again that he could adapt and thrive in situations where most would falter. Each escape was not only a testament to his intellect, but also a challenge to the systems designed to keep him confined. However, Russell's brilliance came at a significant cost. His actions left behind a wake of financial devastation for his victims, including individuals and corporations who fell prey to his scams. Beyond the monetary losses, his deceptions eroded trust in systems and institutions, exposing vulnerabilities in both corporate and legal frameworks. These repercussions extended to the prison system, where his repeated escapes highlighted critical flaws in security and administrative protocols. For those tasked with maintaining law and order, Russell was more than a criminal. He was a symbol of the systemic weaknesses that criminals could exploit. Russell's personal motivations add another layer of complexity to his narrative. His relationship with Philip Morris served as a central driving force behind many of his crimes. In his mind, the elaborate schemes and risky escapes were acts of love, an effort to create a life of luxury and stability for the man he adored. This aspect of his story humanizes him, transforming him from a mere con artist into a man driven by passion and a yearning for acceptance. Yet, his actions also raise important ethical questions about the lengths one should go for love and whether such justifications can ever excuse the harm inflicted on others. The media portrayal of Russell, particularly in the film I Love You, Philip Morris, has further complicated his legacy. While the film adds a layer of humor and romance to his story, it also underscores the darker realities of his crimes. The public remains fascinated by the juxtaposition of his charming persona and his morally questionable deeds, cementing his place as one of the most intriguing figures in the world of true crime. In the end, Stephen J. Russell's life is a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition and the seductive allure of power through deception. His story reminds us that even the most secure systems can be outsmarted by those willing to exploit their weaknesses. As we reflect on his legacy, we are left to ponder the dual nature of intelligence, its potential for both creation and destruction, Russell's tale is one of brilliance wasted, a life spent in pursuit of freedom at the expense of trust and integrity.